Hey, this is Mr. Drogemeyer. Thanks for joining me for our Algebra 1 lesson videos. Today we are working in Unit 2, Lessons 10 and 11, which are about the structure of an expression. And in this particular lesson, we are looking at some different properties of numbers. And so I've got 4 properties listed here that we're working with. We have the commutative property of both addition and multiplication. And then we also have the associative property of addition and multiplication. And so we have them given here in words. I'm just going to kind of use some simpler language to talk about them, but then you do have those definitions here. So commutative property of addition, and it says here, states that addition can be performed in any order and the sum will remain the same. And I'm underlining the word order because that's really how, with these two properties, we want to think about the order is the important part of this. And basically what that's saying is that if I have the same numbers that I'm adding together, but just in a different order, I'm still going to get the same sum. So just as an example, if I have 4 plus 9, the commutative property of addition says that that's going to be equal to 9 plus 4. So that's an example of the commutative property of addition. If I change the order of those numbers, it's not going to change the sum. And the same is true for multiplication. I'll just use those same numbers. If I take 4 times 9, that's going to give me the same product or the same result as 9 times 4. So changing the order doesn't change the sum in addition or the product in multiplication. When we talk about the associative property, this one is going to be talking about grouping. And so that's the key word that I would want you to try to remember and to associate with the associative property. So the associative property of addition says that I can perform addition in any order regardless of how the numbers are grouped, and the sum will remain the same. So an example of this would be if I have, let's say I have 3 plus 4 in parentheses here, and then I add 6. That's going to be the same as if I have 3 plus 4 plus 6 in the parentheses. So how they're grouped, and so you'll see here the order's the same. The only thing I've changed is how I group them. That's not going to change the sum. So 3 plus 4 is 7. 7 plus 6 is 13. If I look on the right side, in my parentheses, 4 plus 6 is 10. 10 plus 3 is also 13. So again, the grouping is what we're looking at in associative property. So that's addition. Let's do the same thing here with multiplication. And again, I'll just use those same numbers. So if I have 3 times 4 in parentheses and then multiply by 6, 3 times 4 is 12. 12 times 6 is 72. Well, what if I have 3 and I multiply it by 4 times 6, and my 4 times 6 is in the parentheses? Well, 4 times 6 is 24. If I take 24 times 3, I'm also going to get 72. So product remains the same, even though the grouping is different. So, so as long as it's all multiplication or all addition, that associative property says that however I group them, it's not going to change that sum or product. All right, and so in your exercises in this particular lesson, they will be giving you some examples, and you want to be able to identify when is this a case of using commutative property or when is it a case of using associative property. And so hopefully these explanations have helped. As always, if you do have questions, please let me know. Thanks. Have a great day.